All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, man. And right now, Will Smith is in the press, bro, for doing something really weird, allegedly. Let's find out, man.
Smith was one of the most beloved actors in Hollywood. He starred in some of the biggest blockbuster films, making him one of the most notable lead actors of the 2000s and 2010s. But in recent years, his likability has soured after many revelations that tarnished his reputation. He went from a beloved Hollywood leading man to the laughingstock of the internet, thanks in part to his wife Jada Smith, who publicly revealed her out-of-marriage escapades with other men, turning Will Smith into Hollywood's most famous cuckold. But after he pimp-smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars for his cheating wife's honor, he lost all respect from his fans. But when he thought it couldn't get any worse, it did, as recently one of Will Smith's former employees just sued them and accused them of some very disturbing things. Now the question is, will Will Smith be the next one to go out like Diddy? Well, by the end of this video, you will learn why that is definitely a possibility.
This is gonna be sad, man. It's gonna be sad to see. But again, y'all know the industry secrets that surface that's been amongst the whispers of niggas being certain ways in this industry and loving boys and the swingers and all that type shit has been on Will Smith's name forever. So it's only a matter of time, man, before some weird allegations come on him. And, you know, here we go. Here goes one right here.
Will Smith's downfall needs to be studied. He was once one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, loved by all. But now, he's nothing but a meme in an internet locale. These recent allegations aren't helping his case at all. Recently, Will Smith has been hit with a new lawsuit that was filed by a former employee accusing him of sexual harassment and grooming. This whole incident started back in December, when this man posted this video on his social media account. The man was Brian King Joseph, a musician who worked on Will Smith's recent 2025 tour. The Violinist posted this coded video where he claimed that he experienced harassment while working on the tour of what he called a huge artist in the industry.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry. So I was excited, you know, proud of myself for getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly.
Will Smith, man, please, no, Will Smith. Will Smith, you ain't going out like Diddy, man. I hope Will Smith don't go out like Diddy, man. Come on, Will Smith. What is going on, bro? Your kids is kind of like, you know, they representations of you, and then you look at what your kids be going through, and I'm like, where did they learn this shit from? It's like D-Wade's son. It's like, where did this come from? Where'd you learn this at? I be questioning shit like that. Like, that got to be like what they see or what you have going in the shadows somewhere, how your kids act. So, Will Smith definitely. Do y'all think he did some freaky shit? I do. Now, as far as like SA and all that, I don't know the man from Can of Faith to know how he is on and off camera. So let's find out. Let's keep listening.
Exactly what that was, because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it. More updates to come soon, you know.
At the time, this didn't really get any attention, as no one knew who he was talking about, and the man didn't really have a big following, so the video didn't get that many views. But everything changed just a few weeks later when Brian ended up filing a lawsuit against Will Smith and his production company. At the beginning of the year, Brian filed a lawsuit against Will Smith and his company Trey Ball Studios, alleging sexual harassment, wrongful termination, and predatory behavior. The lawsuit claimed that Will Smith hired Brian for his 2025 tour back in 2024. According to Brian, not long after Will hired him, he quickly started to get close to him. The lawsuit claims Smith spent an unusual amount of time alone with Joseph after hiring him in late 2024. Smith reportedly told Joseph that
oh my God, this is bad.
They had a special connection that he did not have with anyone else. At the time, Brian didn't think anything of this and likely found it flattering, but he quickly realized there were sinister intentions behind this unusual amount of love. This realization came during one of the nights of the tour. In March 2025, while in a stop in Las Vegas for the tour, Joseph returned to his hotel room, which had been booked by Smith's team. When he entered his room, he quickly found out someone had been in the room without his permission. At first, he thought to himself maybe someone broke in, but there was no signs of forced entry. But earlier that day, Joseph's bag containing his room key had allegedly been lost by tour management, which
What? What is going on here?
could explain how someone would have gotten into his room. Inside the room, Joseph found a collection of items he interpreted as sexual threats of violence, including wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, an earring, hospital discharge paperwork for a stranger, and a bottle of HIV medications with another.
Huh? Wait, what? Why would that be in his room? What is going on?
Other person's name. A handwritten note was also left reading, "Brian, I'll be back no later than 5:30, just us," with a drawn heart. Brian took this letter as someone telling him they were going to come back to the room and have his way with them. So after seeing this, Joseph reported the incident to hotel security, a local police non-emergency line, and
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm so confused. What? A beer bottle, a red backpack, HIV medicine, all that in a room. What is that doing in the room? And how is that related to Will Smith? Not the tour team. The tour team lost your. How is that related to Will Smith? Let's keep watching.
Smith's representatives. The hotel staff then reviewed the camera footage and confirmed that only members of Will Smith's management team had been seen coming in and out of the room, meaning that no one broke in. It was someone inside of Will Smith's team. This is when Brian confronted Will Smith's management about the situation. According to the suit, instead of investigating his claims, a member of the management team shamed him, accused him of lying, and fired him days later. He was told the tour was moving in a different direction, though.
Oh, so this ain't got nothing to do with Will Smith per se. This is Will Smith's team. This is Will Smith's team, basically. See, hold on. Am I tripping? Because that's what I'm getting from this. They made it seem like it was Will Smith was going to be in a room going through his stuff. Oh, no, man.
He was quickly replaced by another violinist. Joseph claimed in a lawsuit that the sequence of events from beginning to end points to a pattern of predatory behavior intended to groom and prime him for further exploitation. He's basically accusing Will Smith of trying to break him into the industry, as it's a
Nah. This is clout chasing. This is clout chasing. Nah. Hey, Taser Gang, what y'all think about this? This is clout chasing. I thought he was going to have some rock solid evidence that Will Smith did something. Will Smith did these advances. Will Smith was in his room. This is the staff. The staff lost your key. The staff was in your room. They looked on camera. Will Smith never walked in your room. What the hell would Will Smith have a beer bottle, a red backpack, and HIV medicine for in your room? Like, what is going on, man? Free will, man. Free will. False allegations, man. This is not, come on, we watch too many reactions and we know niggas that's, it's guilty. Will not guilty on this one, man. Will not guilty. Hey, I need a gavel thing in here. I gotta put a gavel on the soundboard.
Rumor that many of these male celebrities have to give up their manhood to climb the ranks in the industry. Brian believes Will Smith was grooming him since the day he hired him to have his way with him. If Brian had allowed it, he would have made it to a higher level within the industry. This is exactly what happened to Rodney Jones, aka Little Rod.
No, it's not. Lil Rod was actually with Diddy. He was actually going to Diddy's house. He was actually spending nights with Diddy, partying with Diddy, producing with Diddy, working on an album, on a yacht. He was everywhere with Diddy, not Diddy's team, where no Diddy is involved. He was with Diddy personally. Now, I thought this story was going to be this violinist was with Will Smith personally, but they haven't said that yet. So they haven't sold us the information unless they don't have enough information. They haven't sold us that to where he said, yeah, him and Will Smith personally had one-on-one time, and Will Smith said this, said that. Will Smith touched me. Will Smith did, like, where is that at? That's what Lil Rod got. Lil Rod said they woke up in bed together, him and Diddy, and he didn't know what happened.
A few years back, Diddy hired Lil Rod to work as a producer and engineer for his Love album. Just like Brian accused Will Smith of getting close just to groom him, Lil Rod said Diddy did the same thing to him, inviting him to party with him, spending a lot of time with him alone, and eventually grooming him to participate in intimate acts with other men.
See, that's different.
Lil Rod even claimed Diddy ordered Young Miami's cousin to perform intimate acts on him in front of Diddy. But Lil Rod refused. Things got to a whole nother level of strange when he claims that he woke up in a bed and Diddy was lying right next to him.
See what I'm saying? This is a little different. Imagine that. You know, you talk about I just found a beer bottle and a red backpack and HIV medicine. This nigga Lil Rod woke up with his booty hurting with Diddy in the bed next to him. With his buns on fire. Buns on fire.
Lil Rod also claims that Diddy told him this was normal and a part of the industry, and if he wanted to make it to the next level, he was gonna have to be down with that. This is exactly what I believe Smith was allegedly trying to do to Brian, and he picked up on it fast. Will Smith got close to him to make him feel special and important, like they were building a connection. When Brian began to trust him, he brought his guards down, then tempted him by leaving the note in the room. They were likely gonna break him in that day and get him ready for Will Smith, who was likely going to personally initiate him into the club. If Brian had not reacted that way...
Come on. I don't know about this one, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this so far. Is it given guilty or not guilty? What is it giving right now?
And allowed whatever weird acts they wanted to do to him, he would have been rewarded, but instead, he spoke out and got fired. Brian is now suing for compensation for wrongful termination, grooming, and harassment that left him with PTSD. Will's team eventually responded to the allegations. His team gave this statement in response to the lawsuit. Mr. Joseph's allegations concerning my client are false, baseless, and reckless. They are categorically denied, and we will use all legal means available to address these claims and to ensure that the truth is brought to the light. This is the same generic response they all give. Diddy said the same thing when Cassie sued them, only to pay her tens of millions of dollars a day after. Diddy denied ever abusing Cassie, only for a video to surface of him doing just that in a hotel lobby. These lawyers don't even try to come up with a better response. They all just say the same thing.
That's what's gonna win people over. Unfortunately, that's what people need to see. People need proof. That's just the world we live in. Everybody, we're so numb to hearing allegations on all kind of stuff, to where some stuff we be like, it's possibly based off what we already thought about the personality. If we thought you was a weirdo and some weird allegations come out, we gonna be like, yep, that's true. But if you look like you wasn't, or you was a boss, or you was this type of person in our eyes, and a weird allegation come out, 9 times out of 10, we're going to side with the person who we thought was a boss, or, you know what I mean, and say the person who accused him is lying. And that's reality. You know, so with a situation like this, it's like, we've been hearing some weird shit on Will Smith. Do I think it's possible? Yes, highly, for sure. Do I believe based off this? Because this is the only thing I'm going off of. I ain't dove deep into it to have other facts. I'm just reacting to this video. Is this video proving that the dude is right on Will? No. It hasn't sold me. But if there was a video to go along with it, like, look, here goes a picture of him and Will, blah, 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 in bed, or here him in picture of him and Will, whatever. Then I'd be like, oh, okay. But right now, from what this video is saying, it's just Will's team, not Will per se. So let's see, man. Is Will capable? Again, yes. Nigga's been freaky allegations on this nigga name forever. It's been freaky allegations on Jamie Foxx's name. It's been freaky allegations on Diddy name, R. Kelly name. We've been hearing this shit for 20, 30 years. So it's not far-fetched, but you still got to prove it. And, you know, the people in the public eye, you got to prove it too.
Now, besides this lawsuit accusing Will Smith of grooming and harassment, it's also basically claiming that Will likes men, which isn't a new allegation when it comes to Will Smith.
Facts.
In November 2023, Will Smith's former personal assistant claimed in an interview that he witnessed Smith and actor Dwayne Martin engage in intimate acts. The assistant did an interview with Tasha K where he exposed everything.
You see the hundreds of celebrities that I've done business with, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I could tell you what goes on the inside.
Dwayne Martin, that's cold, man. We definitely heard that one. Definitely heard that one before. Man, listen, all these niggas be freaky weirdos, bro.
Everybody else is just speculation. And then I've saw facts that when I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
him and Dwayne Martin. Door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing. Like,
oh my God. He said Will was standing bent over, and Dwayne was killing it for the back. Oh my God. That's a cold allegation, bro. That's a cold allegation. If you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth. But to go in there, and if you're lying to make that up and put that on somebody's name, you a cold nigga if you lying. But if you tell the truth, you tell the truth. That's crazy.
Murder. It was there.
After his assistant made these allegations, a representative for Smith called the story completely fabricated. Jada Pinkett Smith also dismissed the claims as ridiculous and nonsense, suggesting the individual was attempting a money shakedown. The Smiths indicated their intentions to pursue legal actions for defamation, but it didn't seem like they ever did. Clearly, it seems Will Smith is like Diddy. He secretly plays on both teams, just like we saw.
Oh, wait a minute. They never pursued defamation? They never pursued it? Because I remember that story went viral too. You know, everything on that Tasha K. What's her name, Tasha K? Everything be going viral on that shit. Them wild ass takes she be having. I remember that going viral. They didn't pursue it though? That's kind of crazy. What does that sound like to y'all? That they didn't pursue it. They said they would, but they didn't. What does that sound like? Sound like a cash out? Cash out or what?
With Diddy, it seems Will Smith might be grooming those who work for him and then trying to have his way with them as a price for his support. Now, honestly, I am not surprised at all about any of this. If you know the history of how Will Smith got into Hollywood in the first place, you would understand that these allegations aren't far-fetched. According to Will Smith, before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, even though he was a successful rapper, he still was struggling financially. He spent all of his money on luxurious items and then dropped an album that ended up flopping. While he managed to make a lot of money, he didn't pay his taxes, so he then ended up owing the IRS money for unpaid taxes. Smith was in a tough spot and needed a big opportunity to save his career. During these days, Will was quoted saying, "We released our next album and it was like a flop. It was a tragedy. It went like double plastic. I had spent all my money and I didn't forget, but I didn't pay the IRS. In my mind, I wasn't trying to avoid taxes. I was just like, ah, damn, they need their money. The IRS took all the stuff, so I was like broke. Being famous and broke is a messed up combination because you're still famous and people recognize you, but they recognize you while sitting next to them on the bus." Will Smith was going through it. He was famous but broke and owed back taxes, a recipe for a disaster. All this would change one night when he met Medina, the creator of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who was in the middle of trying to get the show greenlit. Will and Benny hit it off, and he would end up inviting him to Quincy Jones' birthday party. Quincy Jones was the man who would be able to make this show possible, as he was the executive with the power and Hollywood connections.
Oh shit, here we go. We definitely heard industry stories on Quincy Jones. Here we go. We done heard. Listen, all this stuff lives on the internet, y'all. This is not like a what? Like, oh my God. No, it's just you haven't seen it yet. It's been on the internet for 10, 20 years. All these stories, bro. Just go. You can go deep dive. Go to deep dive. And look up Clive Davis. Go look up Go look up all these niggas. Marvin Gaye. You can go look up. There's so many stories, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. What's real and what's not. Because that's all we can do. It's their word versus this person's word. That's all we can do at the end of the day. Unless you got facts, hard evidence, pictures, videos. But it'd be some wild allegations on the internet, man.
At this private Hollywood party was where Will Smith's life would change forever. But it is rumored it came at a very dark price. According to Will, when Benny introduced him to Quincy, he was excited to meet him since he was a big fan. The moment he saw Will, he cleared out the party and told him to audition for the Fresh Prince role right there and then at the party. Will did just that and earned the role that very night. But it is rumored Will did way more than just audition for this role. It is rumored this is when Will went through his initiation ritual and had to please Quincy Jones at the party to be able to get the role. It is actually alleged by many in the industry that not only did Quincy turn Will gay, but that he also did the same to Tupac, but that's a different story for another.
Wait, God damn. Oh my God, dog. Come on, bro. These allegations be crazy.
Per day. What makes things even more disturbing is that Benny Medina, who is now a big-time music and Hollywood manager, was accused of R-wording two men. One man that pressed charges against him back in 2004, but ended up passing away suspiciously after fighting the charges. Another man, Jason Dotley, an actor, accused Benny of R-wording him back in 2008 in a Hollywood mansion party, just like it's rumored they did to Will Smith at the Hollywood party. According to Dotley, he met Medina on the day that the alleged incident occurred around late December 2008, when he was at the Abbey in West Hollywood.
How do you even get put in these situations so niggas put gay allegations on you? Like, that's really, think about that. Why? To put yourself, that's not common, dog. You're putting yourself in a situation where gay niggas can make allegations on you. So that means you are hanging with them and hanging out with them, partying with them. Like, what man you know does that? What man you know that's not gay just hang out with gay dudes? Let's start there. How many homies you know, you yourself, if you're watching, you're not gay. How many gay homies you got that you go out with and hang with and party with? You probably don't got, it's probably zero. It's probably zero. So to even put yourself in that situation, that's what makes it like, oh, wait a minute, it's possible.
Medina approached them and started making conversations, ultimately inviting them to his house. At this house, Dotley claims Medina grabbed him and pushed him onto the bed, telling him he was going to be his. According to Dotley, he pleaded to let him go because he was married, but it didn't seem like he cared. Think about it. Medina was the man that gave Will his second
Oh my God, look at this, bro.
chance and got him into Hollywood when his career was over. The man who made Will a star when he was on the way out of the industry. Looking at pictures of the two.
Oh yeah, yep. Guilty. Guilty.
You see that Medina seemed way too interested in Will.
Guilty, bro.
Considering Medina's past allegations, I wouldn't be surprised if the rumor...
God, no. No, what in the world is going on here? Is this a real picture? Who lets a man grab their face like this? Who lets another man grab their face like this? Guilty.
were true. It would also explain where Will Smith learned this behavior from. Will was groomed, so now he grooms others. This is the name of the game. This is how Hollywood operates. Will is deep into the dark side of Hollywood. It's how he ended up at the Church of Scientology. While Will Smith claims he was never a member of Scientology, there is tons of evidence that he was. Besides being seen at Scientology events where he was honored by the group, Will Smith was also exposed for creating schools that literally taught children the doctrines of the Church of Scientology. Which, if you know anything about the true origins of the cult, you would know it's literally molded after the dark teachings of the occultist Aleister Crowley. The son of the creator of the organization himself admitted this.
Leave the church because of these allegations, these things that you...
For a whole wide variety of reasons. It isn't a very simple answer. I left because my wife wanted me to, and also because I wasn't making any money, because all the money flows, of course, to my father, always has. I was also tired of the fraud and the deception, plus his deep involvement in personal use of drugs on himself and others, black magic.
When you say black magic, what are you talking about? I mean, some of the things that I read in the stack of material, it sounds just absolutely unbelievable. What are you talking about when you say this?
Well, the funny thing is that the actual truth is about as far out as Scientology itself. Really, the basis of Scientology, which is rather hidden and covered over, is the occult, the deep involvement with satanic powers. He felt that he was deeply involved with a British black magician called Aleister Crowley.
All this shit lives on the internet, y'all. All you gotta do is do a deep dive, man. That's all I'm saying. All this stuff, these allegations from back in the day and stories from back in the day, lives on YouTube. We gotta start bringing back Unsolved Mysteries, man. We gotta bring back Unsolved Mysteries, man. Ooh, we gotta do some deep diving. Let me know if y'all want me to bring back Unsolved Mysteries, man.
And through putting himself in deep hypnotic trances and the use of drugs on himself, he wanted to become the most powerful being.
This is what Will Smith is a part of. This is what's behind his strange ways. This is why I don't think these allegations are false at all. I honestly believe Will Smith is just like the other gatekeepers in the industry. He sold out long ago, and now he makes people sell out to him. This industry is truly wicked, a godless, soulless place. Those who operate in this level of wickedness have no soul left. They exist simply to destroy. I believe that's exactly what they were trying to do to Brian King Joseph. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. All
right, hold on, let me see.
Exactly what they were trying to do to Brian King Joseph.
All right. Let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all believe it? Are you convinced? We can't say 100% if we can only assume. Do you assume that it's true? Do you assume that this is false? Does this violinist seem like somebody who trying to do a money grab? Or does it seem like, it's believable? Me, I'm going to say just from this video, I haven't seen nothing else. Just off this video, no. I think it's a money grab. Because I haven't been sold on the facts. If I was a juror, what was in this video didn't sell me to think Will Smith did anything. You know what I mean? It would make me think just the team did some shit. Now, maybe some more stuff gonna come out as this story builds. Maybe it's gonna get, pushed out, swept under the rug. Or maybe it's gonna get paid off and hush money. Who knows, man? We'll see. But if some more videos come out about it later on down the line, we'll react to it right here on ABP Reactions, man. Let me know what y'all think, though, in the comment section right now. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.